There are also math department electives. So you can pick any two out of these courses minimum to complete your minor. So in total, three CDCs and two electives. So that completes your minors. All the highlighted courses are offered this semester. If you want to have a look, you can pause later on. Okay, we'll come to CDC. So FDS. FDS basically deals with the fundamental linear algebra and optimization. It is math intensive, but on the algebraic side, it has too much theory, and some would also call it as a next step to mathematics 2, which are done in your 1-2. Then ML, it deals with the basics of machine learning. So it is math intensive. The entire course is broken down into two parts. One is probabilistic machine learning and statistical machine learning. The classes will give you a theoretical understanding. It is a heavy course and also has an unofficial lab slot. So weekly you will have labs and an assignment related to it. Then comes uh, uh, ASM. It's an advanced statistic course. Math intensive, statistic is tough. Kind of an extension to PNS, but it goes way deeper. Very vast syllabus, and you need to attend classes to score a good grade. A few other courses are deep learning. So it covers basically more of applied data science. It will give you more hands-on experience, and you will have a term project wherein you will have to implement a project based on CV or NLP. So that's a good point. Then there's artificial intelligence. It covers various search algorithms, not the binary search type, constraint satisfaction problem, probabilistic reasoning, and an introduction to reinforcement learning. Computational neuroscience. Computational neuroscience is a different course. It gives you a biological explanation and perspective of the neural networks. It involves biology and its terminology, but it's a very unique experience. So those who opt to take it do try out computational neuroscience. Okay, so that's that from my side. I'll stop presenting. Okay, I'll take a few questions. So what is the unofficial lab slot? So unofficial lab slot is it won't be registered, it won't be present on your ERP, but once the classes start, they will take a consensus in the class and keep one time slot every week wherein you have to come attempt the lab. The lab might be evaluative, might not be evaluative, depends on the instructor in charge. So it makes it a heavy course. So fees is just 28K. Yeah, you have to pay it in 2 installments. It's approximately 30K. I don't know the exact fees that you will have, but it's around that amount. So you will have courses like MUI, ADVD. I didn't get it. Sorry. How often do people who take DS minor actually go for DS role? Even if I want to go on the SDE side, then is the DS minor worth it? Okay, so this is a really nice question. So not quite often people who take DS minor actually go for a DS role. So in our college, unfortunately, very few DS roles come, and that are mostly through PS division. And people do tend to prefer DS role because one, it pays a lot, and second, it's different. You don't have to do back end and front end. You have to use a different part of your knowledge to build something. So that quite a lot of people find it interesting. There is also a large number of people, those who take DS minors, go for thesis. And also with thesis, people pursue for higher studies, and it's often seen as a trend. So people who do DS minors tend to do masters related to that field. It's not a norm, but yeah. And if you want to go on the SD side, then is the DS minor worth it? So I'll tell you by my experience. So I have seen, when I interned in Microsoft, there were quite a lot of teams which had SD roles, but if they had knowledge of data science, let's say deep learning, if they knew what what their models do, what the basic terminologies are. Those things will help uh, you progress faster. So it will be an head start for you, but it's not a compulsory thing. You can learn in your SD side as well while you are working. But if you have done it in college, it will give you a head start, obviously. Yes, that is the DS minor fees without the summer term. You will have to pay it in like 2 hours. Are there any prereq course to take for non-CS students? No, there are no prerequisite courses to take for non-CS students. All you have to take is the minor courses. Also, is Phoenix plus DS likely to become unbearable? Okay, I'm not sure about unbearable, but I know few students, those who are in Phoenix and have taken DS and are doing quite well right now. And obviously they have their GPAs above 9.2. And honestly, it is bearable. It's not that difficult. I'm not sure which Phoenix are you talking about, but ECE generally tends to get easier in your 3-1-3-2. Does a DS minor help if I want to go in higher studies in CS, MS or MTech? Yes, DS minor surely helps because you will in your SOP you will have something to write that you got inclined towards a specific field and that uh, drove you towards academia, and that will surely add a plus points in your SOPs. Can you name some companies which offer DS roles? Okay, we have Uber, uh, we have Gan.ai, we have JP Morgan, we have Morgan Stanley. All these companies have specific data science roles. If you don't want to do a thesis, is it worth taking data science? Okay, so yes, it is worth taking data science even if you don't want to do a thesis, because it will if you're not clear with what you want to do with your opels or dels, then surely. And if you want to explore it, then also it's worth it. And in future, the world is moving towards machine learning and artificial intelligence. So definitely, if you have a background, it will be easy for you in future. What if I just do the DS minor courses and I don't enroll in the minor? Does it make much of a difference? For you, it won't be a difference because the effort you have to put is the same. It's just you won't be paying and you won't get the extra degree. Which minor is preferred if you want to go into core electronics? I'm not sure which minor is preferred. I think robotics minor, which comes ahead, will give a clear path. I already did one of the DELs of the DS minor. If I take it, will it be included? Yes, it will be included. What is the CGPA cutoff for the DS minor? CGPA cutoff for DS minor varies through every year. During my year, it was 7.9. After that, it became 7.5. We don't know what will happen this. What order should we follow while taking DS courses? Also, is taking all in one sem doable? Okay. Order depends on you, how your course load are. DS minor courses, all courses are heavy. So you have to plan accordingly. And since all courses are heavy, you can't take all of them in one semester. You won't be able to do justice to the minor. What is the advantage of taking minor instead of these courses as DELs and OPELs? So if you are not clear what you want to take as a DEL or an OPEL, this minor will surely help. For CS student and non-CS students, I'll tell you one thing. Our department is now offering more system courses as well. So if you are not interested in data science, it's not compulsory for you to take the minor. There are various other options for you to explore. There's DSTN, there's HCI. When many other fields are now offered by a department. So it's not a compulsion to take the minor. In which order you should complete the courses? Generally, it's suggested to take the CDCs first and then take the electives, but it's fine if you take in any order. Do dualites have to register at the same time for minors as singlites? I'm not sure about dualites, but generally, yes. Can I take the courses individually and complete DS minor? So this is not allowed. So if you're talking about reverse minor, taking the courses first and then declaring it, this is not allowed. will it be the same on CV or companies see it differently? As for your transcript, it will look the same. It's just you won't have an additional degree and you won't be able to show something that like why did you take the DS courses without the minor. If I incline towards 2 minor, can I fill preference in a way that I don't get the first and I can get the second, or is the form for just 1 minor? So I'm not sure about this, but you get just one form wherein you have to apply for the minor. I am not sure about the preference. So I think someone else might be able to clear that doubt later on. Should we start taking DS courses from 2.2 and we can complete them after starting 3.1? So I suggest you to start taking courses from your 2.2. FDS is a pretty easy course. You have done your M2 just a year ago. So it will be easy for you to go on about it. So yeah, I suggest you to take it from 2.2. If one of the DELs of the DS minor optimization is a CDC in my main degree, then it is counted as DEL. Yes, it will be counted as a DEL. Can you fill preference? You can fill, okay, fine. So I don't think we have any more doubts related. I'll answer in the chat. We'll proceed on with the session.
Right, okay. And I think in the Google form, there was another question. It says, can I do my math and CS DELs in summer term without taking DS minor?
Yeah, sure. You can do your maths and CS DELs in your summer term, but that just depends on you because you will be putting your extra time. The summer that you are doing a summer term, you could have done some different thing, like a more productive thing during that summer, because without doing so you'll have to put in I think you'll have to do one extra course apart from your degree requirement for maths plus CS. So think wisely and then decide to take a summer term. Registration for minor will come around March, April.
Okay, so thank you so much, Harsh. That was very detailed. Now we'll move on with the session. Okay, so next up we have Aishwarya talking about the physics minor. Yeah, you can go ahead, Aishwarya.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
We'll present the
screen. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll just start off till she presents. Few of the advantages which you get while you're pursuing a minor will be that you get an additional degree while you're completing your Pell requirements. Physics minor opens up career opportunities in the domain of quantum computing. For example, IBM this year offered an internship in quantum computing, so that's there. It also provides a formal association with physics. It looks extremely good on your resume. Like I am from an electronics background, so it helps you understand exactly how everything is functioning and provides you with the much, and it's very impressive as well. So for example, in my interview, when I said that I'm doing a physics minor, the interviewer was actually impressed because it shows that you have a very strong foundation and yeah, you're a very conceptual person as well. Besides, it helps you improve your CG a lot, like in comparison to, I feel, other minors. It has a pretty decent grading and it has a very low CG cutoff, I think around 7. So almost everyone who applies gets it. Okay, so few points which I think you need to keep in mind before going for the minor is that most have an attendance requirement of around 5%. So you need to attend classes. It is very conceptual, very long equations, lot of derivations. So that is something which was very different from my electronics degree. Other than that, it takes a bit of time to understand exactly how everything's happening. So the understanding the concepts takes a lot of time, but once you understand, it's actually pretty easy. Syllabus is not as vast as electronics for me, like from the electronics point of view, but marks are given based on if your concepts are on point. So that way, they sometimes ignore like even if the final answer is wrong, but your entire method and yeah, the concept, if it's right, you get marks. Okay, and other than that, while you're choosing your electives, be sure to go through what are the prerequisites. Yeah, and one more important thing is that physics SOPs do not count as an elective for your minor. So, yeah. Now, about the courses, like in the PDF, there are three core courses which you need to complete before doing the minor. So, EMT 1 is covered as an electronic CDC. So, that is done in your 2-1. In case you are a non-Phoenix student, then you'll have to do it in your 3-1. So EMT for the electronics degree is a little bit more numerical kind of thing. But for 3-1, it is like the physics department. The physics department EMT is much more based on derivation and very physicsy. Yeah. Other than that, there is QM1. So QM1 is again very long derivations. It is offered in even SEMs. Statistical mechanics, I think, is one of the toughest subjects in physics, which is offered. For us, it was taught by Topi, so he was a very good professor, taught it in a very, very conceptual way. We even had quizzes which were actually very, which had MCQs, which is very different from your other physics evaluatives. And he was he used to upload slides which were very, very thorough. So you did not, as such, have to go through any textbooks. Again, one more very important point is that you have to, if you're planning to take a physics minor, you have to take QM1 next sem, because QM1 is a prerequisite for StatMech, and StatMech is offered in North Sem. So if you're taking QM1 in 2-2, you can take SM and StatMech in 3-1. But if you take QM1 in 3-2, then you'll have to take StatMech in 4-1. So that way you cannot go for PS in 4-1. And sometimes if you're planning to apply for an MS, then you have to do thesis, and you would want your thesis to be present in your resume before 4-2. So yeah. So that way I'll say that take QM1 next sem so that you can take StatMech. After that, yeah. OPEL, so you'll have to take another OPEL to complete your 5 OPEL requirement. Now about the electives, there were a few questions in the Google form about what you can take. Again, it's all up to you. It depends on what are your interests, I can tell you what I am planning. Like, I'm done with my 3 core electives. Yeah, can you scroll down, Meghna? Okay, so there is QIC down. So QIC, I'm planning to take QIC. So it's a little heavy, definitely. It has a lot of assignments which are based on research. And but it is very interesting, very, very useful. It can allow you to go into the domain of quantum computing. And yeah. And it is also a CS DEL, so you'll have a lot of CS students taking it with you. There will be coding, and yeah, it's very interesting. So QIC is definitely one of the options you can go for. Other than that, there is physics of semiconductor devices. So physics of semiconductor devices is very similar to electronic devices, a little more theoretical version for electronic students. It is a 4-credit course, so it'll have a lab component, so it can be a little heavy. Yeah. Other than that, there is astronomy and astrophysics. It is, again, very, very interesting. It is based on the solar system, and it is often taken as an OPEL, even if you're not pursuing a physics minor. There is NLD, which is nonlinear dynamics and chaos, which is taught very well with very good grading. So yeah, these are the electives which you can go for. Other than that, there is also theory of relativity and computational physics, I think, has a little bit of MATLAB in it. QM2 is a more advanced version of QM1. So there are a lot of courses you can go for, obviously, whatever you want to take. But yeah, these are the courses which I'm considering. Yeah, that's all from my side. If you have any doubts, let me know. So does the physics minor plus Phoenix CDC get hectic? No, not really. I feel you have to do an OPEL anyways, and it actually helps boost your CG. So yeah, for me, it's very interesting. And if you enjoy physics, I don't think it's a big deal. Yeah. Is there anything else? That's all I think. Yeah.
So we'll move on to the next one, which is the finance minor. So for finance minor, we have Yash presenting. You can go ahead.
Yeah, just a second. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. It's, I'll just present the screen. Is the screen visible or now?
Yep, it's visible. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, the finance minor, we'll be going with the finance minor. The basic questions that I want to know is like you'll be asking is who should be doing the finance minor and why you should be doing this. So one is that you want to go into the finance field, then you should take it. The other is you want to explore the non-core fields or probably get the idea of finance and then maybe decide if you want to make a career out of it, then you should take it. But if you're just taking it for the heck of it, that you have five open slots and you will have an extra degree, then I won't advise you to take it because it is very competitive. All the students taking the minor, like they leave aside their major degree and they focus mostly on their minor degree because uh, through their minor degree they get their PS placements. So that is how that is why it gets very competitive. I also had a few. Some people had few doubts regarding that. If I'm not getting a DS minor, should I take a finance minor, like just to get a minor on my CV? So to them also, I would advise don't take it because it is very competitive. Okay, sorry, I just thought the connection was lost. Am I audible again?
Yeah, you're audible now. I think your voice broke for a few minutes.
Okay. So I'll just start again. Like, why did I choose finance minor? Was because like I am an EC degree and I didn't want to get into core side, and I also didn't want to code. So that was my preference, and that left me with non-core side, and I wanted to expand my horizon to the finance side of it also. So that was the reason that I took the minor. Now comes the part of offshoot. Like most of you must know. If you don't know, I'll just explain you the concept of offshoot. So like there are six courses, five courses that you'll have to do to get a minor. And for the five courses, if you get an A in a course, you get 10 points. If you get A minus, you get 9 points. And then you'll add it up to 50. So whatever, like if you get three A's, two B, so that is 30 plus 16, 46. So that is 46 out of 50. That is the offshoot that you'll have it in your finance minor. This offshoot is only used in the PS placements. It's not used anywhere else. It's just for that PS placements. So that is the offshoot calculation that you have to do, that you have to check for your courses. And so they will to complete a minor, you'll have to do five courses basically. There are two CDCs, FUPA, Fundamentals of Finance and Accounting, Financial Management, that is FinMan, and three more courses, which will be DRM, Derivatives and Risk Management, Security Analysis and Portfolio Management, SAP2, and BAV, Business Analysis and Valuation. But from my time, the PS stations have uh, started taking six courses. That is, they have started taking the last course, that is Fin F414, Financial Risk Analytics and Management, FRAM. So the offshoot is now calculated out of six courses, even though you can complete the minor in five courses also. So you'll have to check that to get the maximum benefit out of the finance minor, you'll have to do an extra course of your degree. Okay. So that is the scene. And in terms of planning the degree, basically what happens, I'll tell you about the placements of finance. In our placement from PU, no finance company comes to our college from placements. All the financial banks and all, they come through PS stations only. They come as a PS station only. So you'll have to go through to the finance field through PS only. You can't go through PU. And generally, it has been a trend over many years that people go for 4-1 PS if they have to go for finance minor, if they have to go for finance placement, because for placements in 4-2, non-core company comes there, and in 4-1 only IT and core companies are there. So if you go for 4-1 PS, you'll have a good company in CV. It will boost your CG, and you'll have a backup of 4-2 placements where there will be non-core companies. And if you take it otherwise, you'll be sitting in 4-1 placements where there won't be many non-core companies. There'll be IT and core companies only, and all your eggs will be in one basket in the 4-2. So you'll be depending on the PPO from 4-2 PS only. Even though the number of PPOs are high in 4-2 PS, but still, what has been advised is you should go for 4-1 PS if you're going for non-core PS. That is the scene with PS. Now, there was a point that how is the offshoot calculated if you have not done a course? So basically, what happens is if you're going for 4-1 PS and you have completed all the five, you have completed 5 courses in 3-1 till 3-1, and you're doing the 6th course in 3-2. So that 6th course, for that 6th course, you'll get 5 out of 10. Not regarding whatever grade you get, you'll get 5 out of 10 in that course. But if you haven't taken that 6th course in 3-2, you'll get a 0. So just for the if I have taken 5 courses till 3-1 and I have gotten offshoot of 44 and I have taken the 6th course in 3-2, then my offshoot out of 60 will be 49. And if I haven't taken that course in 3-2, I have taken that in 4-1 or 4-2, then that won't be counted in my offshoot. Okay. So this was a brief overview of how finance minor works in BITS Goa. Now I'll probably go through the questions also. Are PSL allotment solely based on offshoot, or is CG considered as well? See, it is basically the product of these two, offshoot and CG. It entirely depends on the company. They can keep a filter of CG first and then sort you on the basis of offshoot, or other way around. So you'll have to maintain both of them. Try to keep your offshoot above 40 out of 60, and CG also, please maintain it somewhere around it. When does the application for minors come? I guess it comes in 2-1, right? In the 2-1, like for us, it came in the end of 2-1. Probably, I don't know. March, April, CGPA till 2-1 will be considered. Okay. Which courses should be taken in 2-2 and 3-1? Okay, so that is the main question. So you have 6 courses, and in that 6 courses, FUFA and DRM are prereqs of FinMan and FRAM. So you can't do all, you have to optimize how to do them. So the ideal solution should be to do 2 courses, FUFA and DRM in 2-2, and the other 4 courses in 3-1. So that is the ideal solution to it. But if you can't get both FUFA and DRM in 2-2, then you should think of doing either one of them in 2-2, and the rest would be done in 3-1 and 3-2. And in that, there's one point that FRAM is, like earlier, it used to be only offered in odd SEM. I don't know what is happening right now. We should check with the admin if FRAM will be offered in even sem also. If it is offered in even sem, then so it is best. Otherwise, you might have to do DRM in 2.2 to do FRAM in 3.1, and then you'll be doing FinMan in 3.2 if you'll be doing one course in 2.2. So to get the most out of the offshoot score, we have to complete 6 courses in the next 2 sem for finance. Yeah, for the best offshoot, you have to do that. What is the cutoff? So during my year, it was 7. After that, it was 6.5 or something. Now I don't know. Probably you guys will know. What courses should we take in 2.2? We should try and take FUFA and DRM for 2.2. FUFA is relatively easier course. DRM is a pretty heavy course, but to get the best result, you'll have to put in a lot of energy. In the whole minor degree, you can't be like study one day before the exam and get the best marks, because everyone is studying all the time for minor only. So you'll have to give in a lot of time and energy to it. What is the cutoff for FinMan? What PR number is required for FUFA and DRM? That I don't know. If it's in the PR for finance, during our time they floated a Google form from which they gave us the course on the basis of our PR. And for you guys, I don't know what is the process. Probably PMP people might know better. For a dual, offshoot is calculated till which sem? So for a dual, if you're going out, for a dual, offshoot is calculated till their 4.1. So you'll be going for your PS in 5.1, then your offshoot will be calculated till 4.1. Phoenix plus Fin, how heavy is it? It was heavy, like 3.1 was a bit heavy. Like it was the most heavy sem, but you'll be able to get the hang of it. Luckily, I was in EC. I didn't have to do ADVD, so otherwise you'll get to do it. Like many people have done it. It is not that difficult, but probably the heaviest sem. But just that one sem, one push. Is Fin minor required for consulting jobs? No, it is not required for consulting jobs. Is DRM manageable for non-eco people in 2.2? See, earlier what was advised to us was not to take DRM in 2.2 because 3.2 eco people will be also doing DRM. But now the situation has changed because DRM is a prereq for FRAM. It is calculated in your offshoot. Now you will have to take it if you don't have any option. You'll have to put in that extra effort. It might hamper your CG, but to get the best, either you'll get a 0 for FRAM because FRAM might not be like FRAM won't be offered in 3.2. So that will give you a 0 in FRAM. So that is a trade-off. Like if you'll have to put in that extra effort. I can't say much about that then. Also, when do we have to register for minor? I guess the forms are floated in 2.1 and then you'll get the result in 2.2 that you have selected for minor or not. And probably for 3.1, you'll get the courses that you need.
Yes, so the registration, like for our batch at least, we were given a form in 2.2 around March and April, like Harsh said. And then, yeah, 3.1, you'll be given the results.
Okay. Also, so I guess Meghna answered that. Is 2 Fin courses advisable for Phoenix 2.2? It will be heavy, but I guess I answered many times, but you'll have to do it, bro. Like you'll have to do it. There's no other option. Hyderabad people have a lot of time. They have higher offshoots and higher CG, so you are competing with them. So you'll have to do it. There's no other way around for it. PPO conversion rate. So PPO conversion rate in 4.1 is less, in 4.2 is more, because in 4.2 you can just roll over and start as a full time. In 4.1 the company feel that you might go somewhere else. So PPO conversion rate in 4.1 is a bit less. That is the scene over here. Uh, When to apply, when do we have here? Okay, I guess that has been answered. Can you leave a minor afterwards? Yeah, you can leave a minor afterwards. It's not a compulsion. Like, you'll have to give the first installment, and then you'll be able to take any courses, and then in the end you have to give the second installment. In the middle, if you feel that you don't want to do the minor, you can leave it. It's up to you. What is the ideal PR number for FUFA and DRM? I can't know, don't know, bro. Like during my time, my PR was pretty good in 2.2. It was around 35, 36. So I was lucky enough to get FUFA. I don't know what to do. Depends how the August day will be releasing the seats. PPO conversion rate. If you're talking about right now, the situation is pretty tight in the banking sector also. So in the 4.1, from what I am seeing, around 20% people are getting a PPO. In 4.2, that increases. So right now, that is the scenario. In which SEM do fin companies usually come for placement? Fin companies don't come for placements. They only come for PS. They will be coming for PS in 4.1 and 4.2 also. So that is not a problem. But if you go for 4.2 PS, then you won't be able to sit for non-core placements and all. And you'll be solely dependent on your PPO. JPMC, offshoot, and CG. Okay. So during my time, I will tell you, they filtered out on the basis of 40 plus offshoot first, and then they sorted on the basis of CG. So my offshoot was 47 and my CG was around 7.85. And the minimum CG was over there 7.6 something, and minimum offshoot was around 41. So they filtered it out on the basis of 40 plus offshoot and then CG. If I do all the required courses and not take the minor, does that make a difference while applying? No, it won't make a difference. If it's there in your transcript, they'll just calculate your offshoot. But you won't be getting the minor degree because I think reverse minor is scrapped. And please try to get a minor because I don't know how many seats will be opened for the other people. So please try to get a minor if possible. All banks allotted to students in PS2 are just solely based on, or do they take any interviews? Okay, yeah. So basically, for some roles, like JP Morgan specifically, for some roles, JP Morgan has taken interviews, like they take one-on-one interaction, and on the basis of that, they take the people for PS. But for my role, I was directly allotted. I was in the like middle office for IB, CRG. So for some roles, like for some roles of JP, the higher paying roles, they did take interviews. So yeah. How much is the disparity in offshoot between Goa and other campuses? Okay. So yeah, like Goa people, we didn't get to do FRAM over here. And during my time only, like 4 people were able to complete their 5 courses till 3.1. So there was a disparity. So try to complete the minor as early as possible because Hyderabad people like they are a step ahead in the offshoot and CG. How much do you have to pay for minor for a single item? It's same for all the minors, I guess. Harsh said 28K or something. So for Singlite, it is 28K in two installments. Do the companies consider offshoot out of 60 or 50? Earlier it was 50. From my time, it started to be 60. So for you guys also, it will be 60. What should be the ideal offshoot score out of 60? Uh, Ideally, anything above 40, 42 is good, I guess. And if at the end of 3-1 you're able to complete all the six courses, then above 50 is any good. If you're not able to complete, if you're able to complete five courses, then 45 would be okay. So try to get 45 at least. Like 45 should be okay if you do all the six courses or something. What if I get an SIP after 3-2 and not available for PS2 and 4? Yeah, then you'll have to sit for 4-2 PS. As simple as that. You will have to sit for 4-2 PS. Morgan Stanley, Credit Suisse, CG cutoff and offshoot. Okay, so basically there's an Excel sheet for that with the responses of people who are in Morgan Stanley Credit Suisse. So probably I'll share that Excel with Meghna and she can float it off to you guys. Okay.
And I think there were a couple of questions in the Google form as well.
Yeah.
Put it up in the chat.
Okay, just a second. So there were a few more questions like Credit Suisse and UBS had a merger. Yeah. So now, yeah, they're coming as a single firm only for PS also. Does any company come for placements in fourth year? If you're referring to finance company, no finance company come for placements. Is it recommended for dualites to go for fin minor as it can be very hectic? I don't have a very high interest. See, if you don't have a very high interest in finance, you can try one course and then maybe decide about it or go through the handout, get to know about the course through handouts and do it. Is it very hectic? Yeah, it will be hectic. You'll have to do the summer term, but the benefits of doing it as a daylight is that you'll be able to do it for, you'll be able to do the internship for 2 sems, 5-1 and 5-2. And after that, generally the perception is that if you do an internship for a year, they'll probably give out the PPO. So I've seen a lot of people extending their internship for 1 year. So that is the positive part of it, that you'll be able to do the internship for 1 year. Go through the courses, go through course handouts, just try to get an idea of it. If you're still not getting an idea, do a course like FUFA, SAPUB in 3-2 or something so that you can decide on the basis of that. Use a free slot for that. Apart from giving PPU, sorry, I didn't get that. How important is doing PS and 4-1 important for finance placement? Yeah, as mentioned earlier, like for that you'll have an extra option to sit for 4-2 placements in which mostly business analytics, consulting companies, product roles will come. So you'll have a good company in your CV. Your CG will also be boosted because of PS2. So you'll have multiple options after the PS also. Yes, it will be very hectic. You'll have to do 4 courses, but it's just 2 sems, like 2-2 and 3-1. And after that, all your efforts should be in these 2 sems only. So dualites have to start taking up courses for fin minor in 2-2 or summer term. So for summer term, basically, you can take only 3 courses, as far as I know. So you can use your free slots to do the other courses during the other time. Like if you have a free slot, try to do it as early as possible. Would be the best. Like if you have a free slot in 2-2, do it then only. What should I prefer, 4-1 PS or 4-2 PS? If it feels like a burden, then you can go for like 4-2 PS. Then not a problem. Like you can spread it out accordingly. Try to complete all the 6 courses if you're going for 4-2 PS. Just check and to get the best offshoot and try to maintain a good CG till 3-2. But PPO, then PPO would be like very important for you. Like you'll be so like dependent on the PPO from the PS only. Can you expand a little more on non-core companies coming in photo? What sort of profiles are they hiring for? Okay, so for photo, basically consulting companies, business analyst companies, like product management companies. So these are the companies which come and they don't require finance minor. If you have it, then it is good. Then you can talk about it and you can explain that you have interest in finance, but it won't matter much in your placements. So, and generally in photo, you are asking for non-core. Okay. For non-core, these type of companies only come. Can we take OFA in 2-2 only through AdSwap? Is it also there? So through AdSwap, I don't think so. Finance courses, like I don't know, I haven't heard of it. If it happens, is it also tough to get DRM and SAPM in 2-2? It will be tough because if it is on the basis of PR number, then it will be really tough. Just hope that you get a good PR. Do PS stations differ in odd and even sense? Generally, they are same. The PS stations for finance, if you're talking about finance, they are same, but the number of positions, number of vacancy, they differ. What I have seen is the number of seats in 4-1 is more than that is in 4-2 because a lot of people in 4-1 extend their internship, like a lot of Devrev extend their internships from 4-1 to 4-2. So a lot of seats are filled up in 4-2. So because of that, the number of seats in 4-1 are a bit more. Which one do you recommend to take in 2-2? Ideally, it would have been SAPM because it is an easier course, but due to the current situation, I'll go for DRM. How many electives should I take in total for finance minor and is doing FRAM essential? So for finance minor, what they usually say is you have to do 3 electives, like 2 CDCs and 3 electives. And so if you do 5 courses, then you'll get the minor degree. But if you're looking for getting a internship in the finance field, then it is recommended to do the FRAM course also because it will add to your offshoot score, and which is good. So, which will fetch you a better company through PS. Yes. So if you have any more questions, like if you want to speak on the mic and ask, you can ask, and I'll just drop down my number as well, so that if you have any doubts, you can ask me personally also. And anyways, I'll be coming to campus. So if you have any doubt, then also you can let me know.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so we'll be moving on to the robotics minor next. So for the robotics minor, we have Ayush and Smriti. So yeah, Ayush, you can go ahead.
Good evening, guys. This is Ayush Sinha from Mechanical third year, and I'm pursuing robotics minor currently.
Hi, I'm Smriti. I'm also in third year mechanical. So I'm also going through the robotics minor. Ayush, can you share the slides?
Yeah, just a second. Hopefully this is visible, is it?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So just going through robotics minor, why do we actually need it, and why did the institute introduce it in the first place? So industrially, the demand for robotics engineer has been increasing ever since the industrial automation trend began. So there's a lot of scope for research and innovation, since this is a very new field, and therefore universities across the world and even leading industries are putting a lot of weight on bringing up more and more research and more innovation in this field. So having an added degree which is focused on robotics gives you a slight edge over others to pursue this whole new domain. It has got a lot of opportunities, especially in the manufacturing side. In fact, in our own college, if you have gone to the workshop, you might have seen those CNC machines or other 3D printers or stuff like that. So all that comes under the robotics field. Also, in our case, in our college, robotics minor is, since it is a very multidisciplinary field, you get to explore courses out of your major branch as well. So I'll hand over to Smriti to go over this.
Yeah, so the robotics minor is being offered for the first time. Like, we were the first batch who had it as an option. So last semester it was hosted by the mechanical department, but the courses they include triple E courses, a couple of CS, math, and mechanical courses. So overall, the degree is multidisciplinary, but it was hosted initially by the mechanical department. So for the robotics minor, there are 5 courses to finish the minor, minimum 5 courses. 3 are CDCs, the rest 2 are electives. So for triple E students, they would be done with consist in their 2-2, and mechanical students will be done with mechanisms and machines. Both are CDCs for each degree. So apart from the 3 CDCs for the minor, they'll just have to complete one other elective. Also, in our batch, the robotics minor was offered only for mechanical and triple E students. So that might be different for your batch. We haven't received any information about that yet.
Yeah, just adding on to her information, for our batch, there were 30 seats reserved for mechanical students and 10 seats for triple E students. So moving on to the next, we have the course structure here. So Smriti, would you like to just proceed with the robotics part?
Yeah, so in our core courses, as of now, I'm just done with robotics. So robotics is a very introductory course. Like, it's very open-ended. They touch upon a lot of topics, a lot of domains, and the course in itself is pretty good. I wouldn't say it's too hectic. It's an open laptop, open book exam. A lot of the questions are application based. There's nothing you need to mug up. You understand the concept, you'll be good with it in the exam. And the course is very assignment heavy. There are very lengthy assignments, 2 of them through the course. Apart from that, grading and everything, we don't know. It's our first time. We just finished the course. And Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have anything to add.
Yeah, so for the robotics course, of course, it is very open-ended. However, it was taken by Ashwin sir, who's a professor in the mechanical department. Apart from that, for mechanical students, the control systems subject is offered only in 3-2. It's firstly offered in even semester, and mechanical students can take it in their third year. So we will be doing this consist course this semester. Same goes for artificial intelligence for robotics, and both these courses count as Dell for mechanical students. And in the previous semester, in 3-1, we were allowed to take Introduction to MEMS as an elective or machine learning. So I had taken robotics, which is offered in odd semesters. So that was offered in 3-1 and Introduction to MEMS. So just as Smriti talked about robotics, I would focus a little on what MEMS is. So MEMS stands for Micro Electromechanical Systems, and this course was in our college quite theoretical. So the course contains fabrication techniques of micro electromechanical stuff. So like this, which starts with IC chips and then moves on to MOSFETs and other microstructures like working and smart materials as well. That included smart materials as well. Yeah. So the fabrication and application of it were major contents. And during examinations, I remember there were the questions that were asked were more memory based. So you had to mug up a lot. So yeah, and also, but the plus point of this course was it includes a project which is 30% of your course total. The project is supposed to be simulating a research paper and bringing out a modification to it. You are given a theme. Every semester, the theme is different. So for our senior batch, it was related to MEMS in fluids, and for us, it was MEMS in defense. So we were supposed to find a credible research paper, simulate their results, and then suggest possible changes. And the software that we had used was Console and SolidWorks. So yeah, it helps us get hands-on experience to certain stuff. But from the point of view of comprehensive and midsem examinations, this was quite theoretical. And then
Okay, another thing. So for me in 3-1, the only courses I could take was robotics and ML or MEMS. So robotics, I had to do it because it was a core course. ML was something I took purely out of interest. It didn't have any official prerequisites, but like as it was covered in the DS minor, there are courses leading up to it. So unless you know the subject, you know what you're doing, I'd recommend that you do like FTS and AI or neural networks before you go through with ML. So for reference, I think almost 80% of the people who took it through the robotics minor ended up dropping ML mid-semester.
Since Smriti just spoke about prereqs and stuff, so there's a course listed modern control systems, for which obviously control systems is a prereq. Apart from that, a lot of the courses mentioned here might not be available in our college at present. And yeah, this AI for robotics, this course, which is a CDC, is also offered through telepresence from Hyderabad campus. So,
yeah, and the labs will be handled by Kunal sir from the CS department here, but the course in itself is supposed to still be telepresence.
So this was it from my side.
Are there any more questions regarding this?
Hi, I have one doubt. Like, I'm a dual degree mechanical student, and so like there are many courses in robotics minor, which are also the DELs for mechanical degree, right?
Yes.
So if I opt for such courses, can they be used to satisfy my DEL requirement as well as the minor requirement, or will I
Yeah.
have to take them separately?
No, all the courses that are part of the minor, if it's a Dell for you, it finishes your Dell requirements. If it's an Opel, it finishes your Opel requirements. However, I think you, as a dualite, you might need a summer term to finish this degree.
Oh, okay, but no, like many courses are same only, which are at Dell as well. So like, would I still need a summer term?
So
I think Smriti answered that for dual degree thing, right? So yeah, for dual degree, since the slots are very hectic, I think there could be a summer term required.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
For single degree students, the summer term thing might not be required. It can be completed throughout the semester.
And robotics minor, if you're a Phoenix or mechanical student, you can finish it by your 3-2. Like you have enough slots to get it done by 3-2.
If you're supposedly a dualite which has mechanical as your like a bachelor's in mechanical as one of your degree, can we take some of the Dells which are a part of both robotics as well as mechanical in your 2-2, or is it only allowed after your third year?
So we had a thing that in our 2-2 we couldn't take any mech Dells as such. We had only slots for Opels and Hells. But I'm not sure how that goes for a dualite.
All right, thank you.
Any more questions?
There were a couple of questions in the form again. I'll put it up in the chat.
Meghna, the question that you just put up, I think that was asked by someone, and yes, they do satisfy the Dells and Opals of the mechanical major degree as well, if they're included in your robotics minor course. Yeah.
In general, about the minor, we can't give you an overview about how this will look on placements because, again, we are the first batch having it. So I think that would be much more clear a few years down the line. So Kanishk is asking about the CG requirement. For us, it was because it was offered only for Triple and Mech, and majority of the seats were reserved for Mech. Our CG cutoffs would be very different from what you guys might have.
Which electives are offered in our campus? I'll just present the screen once more for the course structure, and then we can just give a brief idea about the courses that are offered in our campus. Yeah, so talking about the electives, Introduction to MEMS is for sure available and in the odd semester.
Neural networks is also available.
Okay, and machine learning, modern control systems, mechanisms and machines is two compulsory course for mechanical students. So yeah, this is there on our campus. And computer-aided manufacturing, I guess that is there. So
And
Smriti, if you-
digital signal processing and IoT and modern control systems is also offered. But these courses have prerequisites. So it would be a good idea to look at these prereqs now. If there's any you can finish in 2-2 or 3-1, because sometimes the prereq courses are offered only in even or odd sems, and it might not work out with your fourth year PS or thesis. So just look up prereqs for each of these courses now. Like I think TSP has SAS as a prereq, which the EEE students would be done with, but not MEC or CS. So courses like that, you need to make sure before you go for it. IoT, I think it's offered in the odd sem. It was offered last sem, but I need to make sure. I'll get back to you on that.
Are there any more doubts or questions?
Okay, Pranav. Yeah, so can you take AI for robotics course? It will be an open course, but all the seats might be blocked for the students with the minor. So if you can get a seat, then sure, but it'll still count for your minor. But I think it will be blocked for the students with the minor. And Summer asked if clarity on which branches will the minor be available to, or we're not sure. It'll whenever they put out a form for your registration.
Yeah, there are talks of making it available to CS department as well. So we'll see what happens. Also, one more thing I would like to add is talking about higher studies. So from what I've known from my alumni or seniors is that for the higher studies thing, an added extra degree, if there is something, especially on the engineering side, it does gives an impetus to your profile because they consider it as you having made an effort to explore other other technical subjects. So yeah, it can be an added advantage if you want to pursue higher degree.
Yeah, like because some of these courses are very niche courses, like robotics, AI for robotics. Like it's not something you can do a course online and get it done with. So they really do add on to your CV. So are there any more questions? Okay, I think that's it. Meghna, you can continue.
Yeah, okay, that's it. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks a lot, Ayush and Smriti. All right, so that's it from my side. Okay, I think there's another. Okay, will that be after the course registration in 2-2? Since
for us, yeah, the minor form to fill it in, it came out after the course registration. Okay, so for reference, in my 2-2, I was debating a DS minor, and I took ASM in my 2-2 to figure out if it's something I like. But I think where we had to enter our minor preferences came in after course registration in 2-2. So if you want to finish a course, you can do it, but you will have to do that beforehand. No, you can't do a minor that's offered in another campus.
All right. Okay. Thanks a lot, guys. And thank you, everyone, for attending the session. Yeah, that's it from my side. And you can also have a look at last year's session. You can find that on our YouTube channel. And there were other minors like PP covered over there. Yeah, that's it. Thanks everyone for joining in, and have a good day ahead. Thank you.